Hold on. What?
And vibes and beta male energy. And also, of course, shouting that Donald Trump's...
Ben. Okay, I don't play this whole beta male, alpha male type thing. Like, to me, that's just like what middle schoolers do. You know, like I'm a big cool man. Like, but Ben, trust me, bruh, you are the last person to be calling anybody a beta male. The last. Hey. So sometimes when we are in this political conversation, sometimes the truth hurts. Okay, like I know, 9 times out of 10, my fellow Americans, you watching, we probably will disagree on X, Y, and Z, but I guarantee you, when it comes to A, B, and C, and 1, 2, 3, we agree on. And that's probably where we need to be like focusing more of our energy on, because those things we agree on is probably what's going to make our lives more better. But sometimes you just have those individuals who ain't worth shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, they are just trolls online, and they're trolls in real life. These individuals, and I'm pretty sure you've seen them on the internet. You probably work with some of them. Some of them are probably in your family, and I mean, it might be you. I don't know. But I see them in my comments all day. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, I know it may not be the more popular thing to do, but sometimes you just got to call a spade a spade. If it walked like a duck, if it talked like a duck, and if it looked like a duck, then damn it, I'm going to call it a duck. But for whatever reason, Mr. Ben Shapiro, who's always calling people whatever he wants to call them, has an issue with people calling Trump supporters, which is a difference between Republicans and Trump supporters. We call those the MAGA, whatever. Despicable. Now, trust me, it's a lot of other names, a list of names that will be more disrespectful than despicable. Despicable reminds me of that movie, Despicable Me. Like, he embraced it, despicable. Like, it's almost a cute word. You know what I'm saying? Compared to some of the other words in the English language we could have used to call Trump supporters. But let's go ahead, hear Ben Shapiro crying to his mama like, oh, this guy called us despicable. I'm just going to cry about it now. Like, let's hear what he has to say.
They're trotting out Tim Walz, who looks like he got into Hunter's cocaine stash. And he's really...
I just missed that. Did he just say Tim Walz looked like he on some drugs? That's what I'm talking about. Ben, how are you going to start off your video disrespecting somebody, and then in a few minutes going to be crying because somebody is talking about you? Can we just have a little integrity? Just a little bit. It might go a long way with you, Ben. Come on.
Rocking it on the campaign trail.
Thank you, Grand Rapids.
He's clapping like a nut. And then, oh my God, what is up with... Why is he like a terrible actor in a musical? And he's going to do jazz hands now? There are the jazz hands. There we go. He's like, well, who's he waving to? Now he's like looking up at the sky and pointing.
Oh my God, it's obviously people. Or he pointed to Jesus. He pointed to God. He's like, hey, God. Like, why does it matter? And he's hyped up. I'm pretty sure if Donald Trump had half the energy Tim Walz has, you'd be amazed. So come on, man. Like, just because Vance and Donald Trump don't have a cool little, slap down handshake, like, come on, man. You sound jealous, bruh. You sounding real jealous right now.
To everybody, what in the world is going on with that guy? He's such a weirdo. I'm sorry. He's a weird guy. He's just a weird dude. But that's what it is. It's weirdness and vibes and beta male energy. And also, of course, shouting that Donald Trump supporters are the scum of the...
Hold on. What?
And vibes and beta male energy. And also, of course, shouting that Donald Trump...
Ben. Okay, I don't play this whole beta male, alpha male type thing. Like, to me, that's just like what middle schoolers do. You know, like I'm a big cool man. Like, but man, trust me, bruh, you are the last person to be calling anybody a beta male. The last. Hey. This guy right here with the annoying. You calling who bro? If he's a beta male, he's swimming there with you. Okay, you and him are in the same boat. So let's calm down with the name calling. Once again, he's gonna get upset with someone calling Trump supporters despicable while he's sitting here trying to, because trust me, he's trying to call people weird, which we already know, hey, a lot of Republicans are weird. And they are. I mean, okay, it's a fact. So he's trying to just like deflect that. But it's like, okay, Ben, let's try again.
Supporters are the scum of the earth. MSNBC's Joy Reid yesterday, she had on Eli Mistel, who, of course, despises Republicans.
Which his book is amazing. Allow Me to Retort. Amazing book. I'm going to have to read that again.
And they both suggested that the problem in America is not just Trump, of course, who is the font head of all evil. It is all of his supporters who are similarly evil.
Everything he does is despicable.
The reason why it doesn't end his career is because his supporters are just as despicable. All right. Like Trump's whole thing, he's a narcissist, right? And so his whole thing is to have a complete lack of compassion and empathy for everybody else. It's all about him. That's why he lies about 9/11. It's all about him, me. He's probably the least compassionate president we've had in 200 years since Andrew Jackson. And it works for him because his supporters are just as ungenerous and have just as little compassion and empathy for others. So when he is seen out there, essentially, as you guys have put it, desecrating our national symbols, when he is seen out there putting himself above all else, his supporters also want that to be the case. They want to do that in their own lives. That's how they think of themselves.
Yeah, and they also, he hates the people they hate.
I like how they just cut. Maybe it was something informative in between that, but okay, whatever. But how is he lying? And that's just not with Donald Trump, but we as human beings, we do that with anyone we kind of inspire to, or we look up to, or we kind of see as like that adjacent, influencer, like, Mark Lamont Hill or Cornel West, or just a lot of these individuals, what they say, what they speak, that's kind of how I want to live my life. You know what I'm saying? So it's not hard to understand. With someone with Kamala Harris, like, will I vote for her? I mean, I might have to. Unless something crazy happened. But right now, I'm going to have to vote for her. Does that mean that I really inspire? Does she inspire me? No. Now, what I'm pretty sure what Eli is saying is those who fully support Trump and don't care about what he says and how he says it and what he does and all the laws he's broken, those are the individuals who don't care about his actions, about his words, because they see something in him that they want inside of him. No homo. Like, that's not what I mean. But like, they inspire to kind of be that tough big guy that Trump is pretending to be. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure you work with people like that who think they're a little bit better than what they really are. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, bruh, calm down. Get yourself off that pedestal and just knock it down a few pegs. You know what I'm saying? So let's hear what...
these are just wonderful folks. See, you want to desecrate national symbols. I love that they sit there after the BLM summer of tearing down statues and talk about desecrating national symbols.
Oh my God. The Black Lives Matter. Okay. We're not going to get into that. That moment, those are people, citizens. We're talking about Donald Trump, who I don't know how, but he was president. The standards don't need to be here. Right here. If you are running for office, you need to set your standards probably a little bit higher than just the average Joe. Okay, and we're not gonna get into the whole because that's a whole nother conversation on its own. But Donald Trump, if he was a responsible human being, his standards would be here. So you can't compare. I mean, come on.
It's always very amusing. So it's a vibes election for Kamala Harris. The problem, of course, is that Kamala Harris and Joe Biden are tied at the hip and their policies continue to suck on like every possible level. So, for example, Afghanistan, complete disaster. One of the great frustrations of watching the debate earlier this week was watching as Donald Trump failed to take advantage of opportunities provided for him on a silver platter. Kamala Harris literally said in that debate she had no regret.
It's not that he failed. It's just that's not in his character. He doesn't care about those opportunities because he wants to be who he is. And why would he change? Because it worked for him the first time. So he's not that type of individual to study and to like be aware of a conversation to see those opportunities. He just doesn't care. So come on.
No regrets whatsoever with regard to Afghanistan. None. That is the biggest opening in world history. Donald Trump should have charged through that thing like an angry bull.
But he doesn't care.
He should have said, listen, Vice President, you said you have no regrets. How about like the 13 regrets? You know, like the 13 dead American soldiers. I went to their grave sites. You dinged me for going to their grave sites while ignoring their families. How about the 19 million women? You say you're for women's rights. You say that you actually care. You're super, super compassionate, super empathetic. You care so much about girls and women all over the world. You were perfectly willing to let 19 million women get stuffed into burqas in the basement, forcibly married to men 20 years their elder, and kept away from every aspect of education and beaten if they don't comply. You were perfectly willing to do that for your own glorification. Don't.
Who is he talking about? Andrew Tate? Is he talking about? I thought he liked Andrew Tate. Like, okay, maybe I'm missing something.
Don't lecture me about empathy and compassion. And he would have been totally right. Here's NATO's Jens Stoltenberg, who is the head of NATO, saying that post-NATO Afghanistan is a complete disaster area. Of course it is. Of course it is. Why isn't this like the number one issue in the election? It should be.
Because everyone is, first off, Donald Trump doesn't even know half the stuff you're talking about. So why would he bring that up? He doesn't even know his own policies. So why is it going to bring us? Why? Okay, come on, Ben. Come on.
It's the most humiliating moment in American foreign policy of my lifetime, by far.
No, I doubt that.
We can safely say that it's gone 360 back to Taliban 1.0. I mean,
Yeah, we get it.
Harris continues to lie about the economic program of President Trump. She said again in her rally yesterday that Goldman Sachs had analyzed their various plans and come up with the idea that her plan would make the economy boom and his economy would crater. Well, Goldman Sachs' CEO last night was like, no, that's not true. We never said that.
That report, which was mentioned last night in the debate, came from an independent analyst. And it's interesting, Scott. I think a lot more has been made of this than should be. What the report did is it looked at a handful of policy issues that have been put out by both sides, and it tried to model their impact on GDP growth. And the reason I say a bigger deal's been made of it is what it showed is the difference between the sets of policies that they put forward was about 0.2%. I think our clients are trying to look at what's going on from a policy perspective and make judgments. I think this blew up into something that's bigger than what it was intended to be.
So he didn't say she lied. So I maybe I missed it. He said it was like a less than a point, but it's like he didn't say, oh no, Kamala Harris, she lied. Her policies would destroy our GDP and, you know, our economy would just be in flames. Like, he sounded like it was just a model, something, hey, we're just gonna have some fun with some numbers. But he never said she lied.
So in other words, she was lying about all of that because of course she has to lie. She has to lie about Afghanistan. She has to lie about the economy. She has to lie about immigration.
Just like Trump has to lie about his immigration, how Trump has to lie about people eating dogs, just how he had to lie about immigrants taking over Aurora, Colorado, which is where I'm from. Don't see immigrants just taking over our city. So it's like yes, Kamala Harris is lying about almost probably a lot of decent things. A large portion, she's probably lying just to, tell us what we want to hear. But why are we pretending like Trump is any better? I don't know. That's
all of this
weird.
stupid talk about whether dogs and cats are being eaten in Springfield, which again, President Trump, for whatever reason, he tends to glom onto.
What do you mean for whatever reason? Because that's who he is. It is a reason. That's in his character. And the reason why he's doubling down on it is because that's what won him the election the last time. So why is he going to change? Why is he going to change for you? I don't know.
Whatever is the memeiest thing of the day. And the memeiest thing of the day, that debate, was all of the Grok AI photos of Donald Trump protecting cats and geese and such. And so Trump, it got in his head, as he saw it on TV, that they're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats, eating them in Springfield. And it's become kind of a viral TikTok meme, and it's pretty funny. But the
I like how he's trying to just laugh it off. Like it's funny. Like, bro, this is the former president of the United States, not of United Memes. It's a time to joke around. Ha ha, hoo hoo, hee hee, LOL. Laugh out loud. I get it. But he was on a debate stage, which millions and millions of people around the world is going to watch. I need you to be a little bit more serious. This is not a time to have memes stuck in your head and you kind of just let one fly. Like no. Take it serious. So, Ben, no, you failed on that one. You can't redeem that. He messed up because that's just who he is. He is someone who's not going to take debates like that or anything else serious. He's not going to put in the hard work, the research, the reading, the conversations. He's not going to do that. And like I said, he doesn't have to because he won.
reality is that underlying all that is a pretty serious issue in Springfield, Ohio. Here, for example, is a resident of Springfield, Ohio, talking about how there are lots of homeless people on the streets of Springfield, Ohio. None of those people are being given stipends by the federal government so they can get housing, but new Haitian immigrants are.
The homeless problem. I don't know of a single homeless Haitian in this town because they all got vouchers.
Okay, my question is, so you know every Haitian family. Is it like 2-3 families? And do you know them? Do you know their circumstances? Do you know their bank account? Do you know their financial standing? Like, I hate when people say, I done talked to all the black people in the world and they don't like Donald Trump. Like, that's a lie. So, Mr. Guy, flag in the shirt, I respect it. I got you. But I'm assuming you don't know every Haitian. So for you to just assume that, hey, all of them got vouchers, all of them just got everything they need. Like, does that come with stipulations? Does that come with some sort of boundaries? Like, do you know anything about that? Or are you just assuming that they all just got the biggest, fanciest house and the biggest, fanciest cars? 1. 2, the government should be helping those who are new to the country. I mean, it'd be kind of weird, but like, welcome to America, good luck. And they just like drop them off in the middle of like New York or something. Like, that would be kind of awkward. But one thing I will add to that is, 1, we do have systems to where that help Americans, government assistance that for whatever reason, these billionaires want to take away from Americans. But we do have government assistance to help Americans. The question should be is, how come the government is not putting more into that? Or helping wages and education and healthcare so we don't have to rely on those government assistance. I mean, it's kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? So this guy right here is pointing the finger at the Haitians, like, oh, why do they get But he's not pointing at his government, Republicans and Democrats, and say, hey, I mean, I'm glad they straight, but what about us? That's a fair question, because trust me, the government got a lot of money. Everybody can get a bite. Everybody. It's not just us versus them. That's kind of the wrong way to look at this. I mean, if you're kind of smart, you try to, take accountability for your own actions, but everybody should be able to sit at the table and eat. It's not a us versus them type thing, but
I can show you a whole bunch of people that have been displaced, because I'm that guy. Rob, for 25 years, I've worked with the homeless in this.
Why were you displaced? What happened? What were the circumstances? How come the government hasn't helped you? Oh, but you're just going to blame them. Got you.
Community.
Okay. It is, again, these are all major problems. And Kamala Harris is ignoring all of them in favor of jabber about vibes and compassion. And
yes, we get it. And guess what? Donald Trump was president for 4 years, and none of that has changed. Oh, my God. So, guys, if you're watching this, which is probably like a few people, you know what I'm saying? One, when it comes to politics, a lot of these people are disingenuous. And when it comes to their voters, it should be based on policy. And that's it. I'm not married to nobody. I'm not married to the Democratic Party. I'm not married to any political person. I don't care. Whoever is going to propose policies that will help me and my fellow Americans, and I would like them to have a history of doing such, that person is going to get my vote. Bernie Sanders is the perfect example. He's been on healthcare is a human right. He's been there since day one when it comes to increasing minimum wage. He's been on that same talking point longer than I've been alive, and I'm 37 years old. You know what I'm saying? I want someone like that running for president because they have a history of consistency. But no, it turned into this, whoever can have a viral moment, whoever can say the craziest, most dumbest thing about their opponent. And I don't know. That's why, Ben. But once again, if you think I'm wrong, if you think that, Donald Trump is the savior and, Democrats, is the best thing and we should put our hope and trust and faith into the Democrats, I don't know what to tell you, bro. I don't know what to tell you. But once again, let me know down in the comments, down below. And like always, let's have that conversation.